Hello, everyone. Welcome to my 10-minute portrait live stream. I have just come right from an hour of time portrait sketching. Ciao, Guru. Hi, Shannon. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 10-minute portraits with me. Um, there's an interesting crop here. I have this thing on this little camera which stops the light from shining in it, and you can see it. But I'm going to switch over to this, and cleverly you can't see that anymore. We have some cool references to work from. I asked on Instagram who we should draw, and some people made some suggestions. I have my Zoom room open. If people want to join me over there and talk to me, then you are invited. If you know how to get there, you're very welcome. Hello, dear Shannon. Welcome to Zoom. I'll make you the co-host if that's fine by you. And so if people want to jump on and hang out and chat, that'll be awesome. Yeah, and we're going to spend around an hour, doing some time portrait sketching. And there are a few things I want to tell you because I have some zines which I got done this week, and I sent out zines today. So those people who already ordered zines, this one, for example, my January watercolor. It looks very dark like this. It's not that dark. It's a bit dark, but it's not that dark. So yeah, I got nine different zines printed, and they're all ready to go out. And I've been posting about that on Instagram. For those who are interested, here is the secret zine, which is the reason I got all of the other zines done. Yeah, you can already start sketching if you want. I'm just going to show you this. But if you already want to start drawing, you get some bonus time. And yeah, I have a whole bunch of zines. And if you're interested, they're all available for sale for €13, including international shipping. And if you get more, then they start costing less per zine. And that is a way you can support me in my work and have a piece of my work to hold. And you can cut out the pictures if you want, stick them on the wall, I don't know, whatever you want to do with them. But now let's start sketching a bit, and we can talk about all manner of things. And apologies in advance if my beard enters the frame over here. If I'm leaning in, that could happen. But 10-minute portraits. Where's my timer? Yeah, I just did some time sketching. Here's Sabra. And we did between 30-second and 6-minute portraits. So I'll just show you. This is me, a selfie in 30 seconds, and this is Sabra in 30 seconds, and this is Sabra in 6 minutes. So that was fun. Hi, Roseanne. Welcome to Zoom. Hey, Shannon. So yeah, I would love you all to chat in the chat and say hello. Tell me where you're joining from. I see Guru Nadon and Shannon Hagen are here. They're not 6 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm going to put this timer on. It's going to fall off my easel if I put it there. So, but it could be interesting to have it in frame. Hi, Maria. You're not too tired. I'm going to do something. If I do this, there we go, and then we can see my working surface. If you're joining in Zoom, the reference will be higher resolution on YouTube, and mute your YouTube so that I don't hear myself twice. That would be great too. Let's start drawing. There we go. What am I going to use? I have my watercolors with me. I have this indigo pencil. What is everyone else using? Psychic intentions. What an awesome medium. So yeah, it was fun. It was only just a couple of hours before going live, but I just put it out there like, oh, who should we draw? And some people made some suggestions. Some suggestions we won't be drawing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, no. I think it's a very interesting idea. We can talk about it because um, a dear friend of mine suggested quite an antagonistic historical figure. A provocative suggestion, yeah, which I think is a really interesting idea. Everyone can let me know in the chat or in the comments how you feel about drawing people that most people have very negative connotations, associations with. That was not even the suggestion, but that it could be one because it's yeah interesting. There's oh yeah, that's what I thought. Add to the list. Yeah, but that's an idea. I think it's an interesting idea. I actually had a friend once who had this project where he was like, I it didn't really work out. Like it never nothing became of this idea that he had. But he had this idea once where he wanted me to draw um, people that history does not smile upon, or evildoers, we could also call them. So I don't know how we want to label these people, but he wanted to have a mix of saints and evildoers, like kind of all linked and interconnected, which was an interesting idea, which I didn't work on, but it was an interesting idea. Yeah, no, no, no. That's, yeah, that's a nice way to put it. I don't want to label them as evil. I just want to draw their ugly faces. It's interesting. I think I've talked about this in the past, but I drew a former Australian Prime Minister when I was very disillusioned with like starting to see like, oh wow, like they don't actually say anything when they get asked questions, and then they just do all these bad things. And when people kind of ask them why and challenge them about it, they just don't really answer. And it's like, how can these things actually be happening? And I was getting quite frustrated. It was Tony Abbott, I don't mind saying. Louisa, you know who I'm talking about. Not in my drawing, he wasn't. um, but yeah, it was kind of a yeah, yeah. Tony Abbott, who's famous, former Prime Minister of Australia, famous for wearing budgie smugglers, amongst other things. And if you don't know what, yeah, if you don't know what budgie smugglers are, look them up. There's actually there's a brand of swimwear called budgie smugglers, and my sister-in-law has some budgie smugglers. Oh yeah, but yeah, budgies are cool. Hey, hey Astrid, Barbara, Roseanne, Hilda, Maria Luisa, Louisa, Joe, Gurunadon, and anyone else who's watching and hasn't said anything in the chat. Hello everyone, I'm so glad that you're here. Yeah. And is anyone watching live who was just in my Let's Face It sketch session? That would be interesting. You can just say yes in the chat if you want, or you can just keep it a secret. But I'd be interested to know. Rüber? Ah, ich komme mal rüber. Like, rüber is over, like I'm coming over. Yeah. Komm mal rüber. What color? What color should I fill in the shadow shapes? Any suggestions in Zoom? What color should I... Okay, in that case, I'll paint him hot pink. Brilliant opera rose. Which I think should be called hot pink. Oh, my little timer casts a shadow. Yeah, it's quite a color. Oh. Vanessa from Brooklyn. Vanessa Clarice. Nice to have you all here. I have only seen The Birds by Hitchcock. Does am I missing something? Is there what's the key archetypal Hitchcock experience to what should people watch? Psycho? Is that... What did you say? What was it called? Just Rope. It's just called Rope. Okay. Rear window. I was wondering, after talking to Liad on Drawn Together, should I never touch my watercolor paint when it's wet on the paper? Because sometimes I do. Sometimes I just be like, pfft. Does anyone have any strong opinions on that? Don't touch a lot of things. Hey Barbara, is it more okay to touch watercolor than oil paint, or is it both inadvisable? Because sometimes just a quick like to make a quick adjustment. It's something that I do, but if I'm in the long term lowering my life expectancy by touching my watercolor paint or my quality of life, then I will endeavor not to do it. If anyone has a strong opinion. You registered. Yeah, I'm also happy with living. Happy to keep at it. There's 30 seconds left. That's not very much time. Lewis has entered the room. Lewis always consistently doing amazing pieces from the reference shared in my streams. And speaking of that, everyone, however amazing your work is on the spectrum of amazingness or sketchiness or however you feel about it, if you're sharing it on social media, please tag me. Mostly on Instagram, but it's, I don't know, maybe people even have, I don't know, maybe even post stuff on YouTube, since this is where we are right now on YouTube, and you could tag me on that too. Lewis has tagged me in a couple of YouTube Shorts. So that's nice to see as well. Ike, I think, posted some. FX Node. Used to lick the brush to get a point. That is bad. Don't do that. I'll just bring that up. Yeah. Don't do it anymore. It's not, yeah. Now knowing that you shouldn't, it would be bad. But it's not bad that you did it, but don't do it again. Because it's, I don't know. I think I would rather use my fingers. I'm just talking about not touching the paint, but I'd rather use my fingers to get a point than licking it. Or just kind of rubbing it against something. Finding some alternative way of getting a point, I think would be advisable. Because some of these paints have heavy metals in them, which you don't want in you. They're nice to look at, just not nice to have inside of you. All right. Maria Luisa. Oh no, this is not your prompt. But I'll just show you in advance. Look at this cat. All right. So I could just show you. No, I won't show you. So it's Twin Peaks Day. So we'll. This is no longer Kyle MacLachlan's hair color, but that's okay. 10 minutes now. If anyone loves the sound of cooing pigeons, you should come join us in the Zoom room. And by I can't actually remember at the moment what's in the description of my YouTube, but if there's a link to my website and there's a page about drawing with me and there's a Zoom link in there. So you have to make an effort to come on over. And if you come on over with trying to sow chaos and disorder, you'll be kicked out. Because that has happened in the past. That's why I don't have the direct link up in, yeah, Shannon is the gatekeeper. Thank you, Shannon. It hasn't happened for a while. So I think the precautions I've been taking have worked, because I used to just put the Zoom link right in the description, and then people would come and crash the party and do funny things. Funny. Yeah. Oh, I let everyone in, but sometimes that has led to chaos. Yeah. That's great. Shannon is an important part of the immune system of Zoom right now, and Barbara has often played that role. Thank you both. Have you ever had to kick anyone out, Barbara? Oh, okay. Yeah, especially if you haven't had to do it before. And that was the thing. The first time it happened was during a live stream, and it was like, what is going on? There's this noise, and it was like this provocative video feed, and just like, oh, how to get rid of this. It was interesting. Was that even? I think that was even like up in the live stream. Like, it was my 40th birthday last year, and I had a Zoom birthday party, which I live streamed. And we were drawing each other, and I think it was during that. So if you go look that up, you'll see, maybe. Strippogram. Ah, is that what it was? Someone made a whiteboard, and like it seemed like with a mouse they were writing on the whiteboard, because it happened really slowly, and it just kind of, the main screen became this whiteboard screen, and it was like, what's going on? And I just found it a couple of weeks ago because it was saved in my Zoom account, and someone had written "I love cock" on on the whiteboard, which was like shared on the screen. But it really looks like they took their mouse and they were writing it like that. Yeah, thank you for my yeah. I could read it. That was a special surprise for my birthday. Oh yeah. It's a good angle, right? So let us know in the chat who who's watched the original Twin Peaks and who's watched the new Twin Peaks. Original, yeah, I've watched the original one, but not. I was looking for a picture to draw and was seeing pictures from the new one. I was like, oh wow, I it's not part of my awareness. The I don't know. Oh, how new? I don't know. Not the original one. So maybe I don't know. Season three. How new is it? 3 or 4 years is new. I found this photo of Kyle and David Lynch together, and they were both young and had dark hair and happy on the original set back in the day making Twin Peaks. Shannon has a really great Twin Peaks video on her YouTube channel, which everyone should go check out and subscribe to. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that. That was great. Shannon has done Twin Peaks fan art in the past. And oh, he's a funny guy. He posts a lot of funny things. Should he also be pink? Red? Pink and red. That's a great combination, isn't it? Everyone loves pink and red. Oh, the whole stream should be pink. The pink stream. Just monochrome pink. Ah. You could. We have 3.5 minutes left. You could warm up. You could do a 30-second sketch and then 1 minute, 2 minute, and then we'll move on to the next pose. Then you'll be warmed up. Oh yeah, 12. 12. Did so he did 2 hours. Oh wow. That's so you're already warmed up and it's not working out. Ah, yeah. This is quite a chin, right? Quite an angle. It was too late for me to put it in my stories, but it was not too late. Because when I saw it, I was like, oops, I was getting ready for this other. Well, when I do this, I need to organize the reference before I go live because I don't know why, but I make a PDF with a reference that I'm able to then put into the stream. It's a bit different than when I just used to do it on OBS. Um, So yeah, it's a bit trickier to kind of do it on the fly. So I was putting the reference together and saw your suggestion, and here he is. Was it Lisa or you, Barbara, who said that this hot pink and lazur orange is a nice combination? Okay, yeah. And oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So we can say turquoise and hot pink. So we dedicate this to Lisa. Let us know in the chat what your favorite two color combinations are. And maybe if I don't do it all pink, maybe and I have the colors with me, maybe I could do one of your suggestions. One year Ricardo did Pinktober, and maybe he was using this paint because I remember just it was like this intense pink. All right, that's 10 minutes with Kyle. Happy Twin Peaks Day. It's looking a bit dark. Darker than what I'm seeing in front of me. All right. Now we have the cat. So Maria Luisa, if you're still here, is there a new one? So I'm just reading the chat now. Is there a new one? Yeah. So there was a series of Twin Peaks, a season that's relatively new. Just starting to see things that I'd like to adjust, keep working, but time's well and truly up. So I'll stop. This cat. So when I asked for prompts, who should we draw? I got the comment, I'll join if I'm not too tired. Aha! Maddie is here. So here we have tired but not too tired to join this cat. Let's do it. 10 minutes with this cat. I wasn't sure if I should crop it so it's just the portrait or this whole. There's an even broader crop, and it's quite a wonderful pose. No, but it was hard. I just wanted to find an image which I thought fit with being tired. And I looked up tired and I couldn't find any good image. And then I looked up yawn, and this was a two slide Instagram post, and the second one is this cat yawning. But I just thought this is a nice tired looking cat. So this is the second cat in a week and ever drawn on my live streams, right? We didn't do any other cats in. Oh no, we did. We did JJ's cat on Drawn Together. The cat on your wall. Oh yeah. Sida from the Kenyo Wish You Were Here live stream. Yes, that was such a good cat. You're right. Thank you for refreshing my memory. The cat Austin, I think was its name. Mm, yeah. Cat drawing sessions. Oh, cool. I once went to a Zoom. No, it wasn't Zoom. It was Instagram Live, where someone who was actually a life drawing model was getting their bearded dragon to pose, and did an Instagram Live where it was just showing the lizard, and it was so cool because the lizard was just doing whatever it wanted, but it would often just stay like strike a pose and just be like that for a minute. That was really cool. Life drawing with animals. What does the cat? It's the belly and the back leg that we're seeing of the cat. Yeah, it's a strange perspective. Like the foot is right out in front. So in case you're wondering what is that between the legs, it's like it's the belly turning into the leg. Oh, by the way, I said I would give away one of my portrait sketches. So if you would like to win one of the sketches I'm doing today, put hashtag I want to win in the chat. And the odds are pretty in your favor because there's 19 people here. Usually not everyone enters giveaway. It's pretty good odds. I sent your zines today, Barbara. Something to look forward to other than bills. Yeah. Oh. Sparflamme. That's cool that you're learning ukulele. I've just been thinking. I've played around with a lot of instruments, but I've never really consistently played anything and really like feel like I've really learned something. Like I can play around with some instruments, but um, like yeah, we went to school today and they were talking about how there's the kids can opt to do music classes and stuff if they want to learn an instrument, and they have like class bands and stuff. It's like, oh, that's so cool. And yeah, I was just wondering if my kids would want to learn any instruments. I was thinking maybe I would like to learn an instrument, but when would I do that? Some okay, that's cool. I when I lived in England, I saw I think it was called the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain. Um, I worked in a it's an old theatre which they turned into a cinema, which apparently used to be an ice skating rink a long time before that. And yeah, the ukulele orchestra played there, and I got to I was working there and got to watch them. That was pretty cool. And they I can't remember how many. It was like nine ukuleles, and I think an acoustic guitar for like the bass. Um, and they did all of these like cover songs. It was pretty cool. Totally changed my idea of what ukulele is capable of. Yeah. Cool. Mm, yeah, yeah. Nice. Yeah. Does anyone in the chat play any instruments? You could let us know. All right. That's interesting. That's 10 minutes. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm only getting started with this cat, drawing a cat. Although the one I did last weekend was pretty fast, but here's my here's my tired cat up close. That was interesting. Let's go back to drawing humans. Bam. Yeah. Tomling's playing guitar. Here we have Patti Smith. All right. All right. Get my reference up. Who sent you a reel? Your cat just sent you a reel. Ah. How long have you been playing? Okay, that's funny. This music. It's interesting. I'm not really familiar with Patti Smith, but someone suggested, and then when I looked her up, the first images I saw were a few decades old, but they looked really contemporary, I thought. And then I found some really great, more recent ones, like this, I guess. And I was like, oh wow, it was just so cool to see that those original, uh, I guess from when she was us rocking rocking out, um, when she was younger, that it really felt like they could have been, recent photos. So that the vibe, cool. Oh yeah. Robert Mapplethorpe is the photographer. Ah, a club. So yeah, Astrid suggested Patti Smith because then at this song I dance a lot of times in the tangenta. Cool. So what song should we go listen to after this, or put on right now if you feel like to what would be the perfect soundtrack to sketching Patti Smith? Dancing Barefoot. Cool. Thanks for the suggestion. So it was February last year. I can't believe it's been a year, but I did 2 months of 10-minute portrait challenges, and I was like, oh, let's just keep going. And now it's been a year since the last 10-minute portrait challenge ended, where I did daily 10-minute portrait live streams, and I loved it last year. And putting the zines together, because I have a couple of zines from that era, of 10-minute portraits. And yeah, it was so cool when we did the month of sketching musicians, and it was something I would definitely like to do again. Um, March is a week away. Yeah, sure is. Birthday time. Yeah, March is a good month to have a birthday. Yeah, a birthday party. Who could do that? A noodle party. Okay, and we eat noodles and draw together. 30th, the 30th. It's close. I used to think when I was young in primary school, I remember thinking my birthday's on the last day of March because I thought months have 30 days. And then people, oh yeah, it was in one of my school classes. Okay, last day of March. And then it was marked in on the 31st. And I remember looking at the calendar and like, there's a 31st day? Like, huh? Yeah. Ah. And how old were Oh, same day? Ah, cool. I'm not awesome at remembering birthdays. I know I have some friends who it's very important to. And then they're like super apologetic when they forget my birthday. I'm like, that's okay. I don't remember most people's birthdays. It's okay to forget mine. Yeah. Yeah. It was actually Kira's birthday yesterday, but she's not here. And the kids have been looking forward to it for so long because it's the first birthday of the family in the year. And when Kira left on Thursday, and she's like, um, just as she was leaving, and the kids are like, "But when's your birthday?" and I was just like, "We'll be celebrating when Mum gets home on Sunday," and it worked perfectly because the kids are just like super hyped about tomorrow. Because I think Arvid and Holly, who are 7 and 5, they would probably be pretty upset if Mum wasn't here on her birthday. But now they're super excited about tomorrow, and we've been drawing and making stuff for Kira today, and got lots of nice food for her return. So they're all in the pre-birthday hype without realizing that they've missed the birthday. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and rather than being upset that she's not here for it, they're super excited that they're preparing for it. And my mum, my mum called yesterday for Kira's birthday, and it was going to be a FaceTime call. And then I wrote a message and was like, "We can talk, but don't mention Kira's birthday because she's not here." And then we had a chat, and she got to talk to the kids and stuff, and it was good. What's everyone sketching with? Whatever. right, 10 minutes. So I mentioned, I don't think anyone's done so yet, but where is it? Here. If you put in this hashtag I want to win in the chat, hashtag I want to win, you could win one of these sketches. And at the end of the stream, I will announce the winner. Hashtag I want to win. Yes, so far, Louisa is going to win. 100% chance. Oh, 50% chance. Huh? What have I changed? I'm not sure. Has YouTube changed their layout? What device are you watching on? Ah. Is that, are you on an iPad? Okay. Because I updated and things like changed from, I can't remember exactly what it was, but something is like, instead of rounded, it's got sharp corners, or it had sharp corners and now it's rounded. I can't remember. Yeah, it'll update irritation. Okay, this is Bjarne Medel, who, when I was looking through the reference, I think I have seen, well, I know I have seen the Tatortreiniger, and apparently, yeah, he was the Tatortreiniger, which was which means the crime scene cleaner, which is a German movie, dark humor. 10 minutes. Let's go. What are they called? Just it's called Zurgensen. That's not the author. Ah, okay. Oh, and he. Ah, okay. Cool. Ah. I am using tan paper, Mimo base. Yes, this is it's watercolor toned paper, and it's this like off-white beige color. Yep. And it's pretty cool. I like it. I would like it if it was a bit of a heavier paperweight. I think it's like 190 grams or 90 pounds. It could be a bit heavier because it warps a bit. Oh no, it's 200, which is not much more than 190. So yeah. It would be nice if it kept a bit flatter. But it's cool paper. You can get sketchbooks, watercolor sketchbooks of this paper as well. It's by Hanemüller. It looks like this. Hanemüller toned watercolor paper. And I don't know if you can get it everywhere, but you can here. I recently did a sketch where had a really white shirt, and I just painted with some white gouache onto it, and not full opacity, like still transparent a bit, but that was nice. It was the first time I tried it out, like adding something brighter than this off-white color to it. So yeah, something I've been working at for a while now is trying to develop a quicker watercolor process. And a long time ago, when I first started with watercolor, I used to like paint the whole page with yellow ochre before I started working. Like I'd do the drawing, and then I used to like stretch my paper. I used to do all this involved stuff. And now, because it's really cool, like usually the white is way too white of the paper for almost anything, and having this off-white color, I think, is a really nice foundation to work onto. Lewis, hashtag I want to win. So Louisa, you might not win anymore, but you might. I think the odds are still pretty good. There is a Drawn Together Discord server, and you might not know what that is, but it's kind of like an extra place for our Drawn Together and live stream community. And just today, after talking to Liad on Thursday, today I added a critique channel to the chat. So it's a kind of like a private forum, a little group chat where people can share their work, and it's higher resolution, the images. It's a smaller audience. It's the people who are directly interested in Drawn Together and these live streams that we do together. So this as like an extension of that, because we're drawing together. And yeah, it's a new idea. If people are interested in critique and would like to invite critique, or a feeling like a puzzling sense of unwellness with their result, but they don't know why, or if you feel really good and feel like being taken down a notch, I don't know, the whole spectrum of loving critique is potentially available to you as a new thing in the Drawn Together Discord server. And if you want to get onto it, let me know, and I'll send you the link, because the link expires after a week, and the last time I shared it was over a week ago. I had it up in my Instagram stories. So if you write to me on Instagram, or if you're not on Instagram, you're on YouTube, I don't know, we'll find a way if you're interested. Yeah, and I've really liked that people, when people share their work from the live streams, and it's nice that it's high resolution than Instagram. Like, it doesn't compress the images so much, and when you zoom in, it doesn't automatically jump back out, and you can like see the texture of the paper and get in on the details and stuff. It's nice. So you're all invited. Really? What else can that mean? So the pigeon's tired, and it's like, you're not supposed to be up at this time. That's adorable. I, yeah, Barbara. Last night I went to bed early because the night before I had gone to sleep at 12:30, and I'm home alone with all three of the kids. And last night usually I hang out with Aiken and I read to him and we chat a bit when I'm putting him to bed. And last night I was like, oh, I've got to go to bed early, so I'm not gonna talk for ages. And I told him I went to sleep at 12:30, and he was like, what? And he was like, but don't you need like 11 hours sleep? I was like, well, I don't usually get that. That was cute. And he's like, you should sleep for 10 hours to make up for the sleep that you lost. And that was after Thursday, after the live stream, and then I did some was uploading images for Kara for my upcoming watercolor portraiture class, which I think within the week, I think it's going to be promo will start for that, which is exciting because I've put like the last 6 weeks into it. I don't know where February went, but I thought that was going to be my January thing, and I spent most of February working on it too. You're still up. All right, that's our 10 minutes. I feel like would be a really good point to like keep working from and to like draw back into it. That is, but I'm not going to do it right now. But oh, I'm really low. I'm like my face camera. I'm like down here. But yeah, I feel like this would be really cool to draw back onto and do a bit more detail, like some hatching the beard and like reestablish some of the definition and stuff. Maybe I'll just do it a little bit anyway. I should be getting to bed, but all right. Maybe that's enough. I could keep going and do a lot more with this, but I feel like the bit of definition, the eyes there, that's cool. What kind of pink am I using? I mentioned earlier, I like to call it hot pink. But this palette that I have says Gris on it, and our friend Gris has his own palette of schminke colors, which is pretty cool. And it's this here, which is called Brilliant Opera Rose, and it's a wild color. I never would have bought this color if it wasn't one of his recommended colors, but it's really interesting to use something that I wouldn't have thought to use. What are we? Italian TV show. cinematography. So what's this Italian TV show we should be watching from 1988? All right, the Rizzo printing vibes, yeah. Our last sketch for today is Malcolm X. 3 days ago was the day he was assassinated, and he's a very inspiring and important person, and I always constantly relevant. And this quote here, which was posted, this was on African Stream a couple of days ago: "If you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the oppressors." I think is a very important, he has so many important things that he said. A couple of years ago I listened to his autobiography, which the audiobook version is read by Lawrence Fishburne, which is amazing to listen to. And I thought this would be a really cool image to work from. I've drawn him a couple times, and now we're going to do it again. And maybe I'll go a bit long with this one. We'll see. It's the last sketch of today. I'll put the 10-minute timer on and then see how we go. Sometimes the final sketch will be 10 plus 10 minutes. But I'm home alone with the kids and I shouldn't get to bed too late. But here, let's go. Has anyone else read or listened to Malcolm X's biography? Did I say autobiography before? I'm not sure. Is it an autobiography? I can't remember. It's well worth reading and listening to. Yeah. So throughout the course of this drawing will be the last opportunity to put in hashtag I want to win, and we'll see who wins. Because part of I stream with StreamYard and I pay money to do so. That's why there's no little StreamYard logo on here. And they have this giveaway tool where you can put a hashtag. That's why it's hashtag I want to win. And then StreamYard chooses a winner for a giveaway. And it's fun. And I have given away quite a few of my sketches since I started doing these streams. So every time I do one of these multi-portrait streams, I do a giveaway as well. Apart from last week, because I did, for the first time ever, I did a commission a commission stream, and we did a couple of animals last week, which was interesting. It was totally cool. I loved the reference we worked from. But otherwise, apart from the commission stream, which I think there'll be more of in future, I always do a giveaway with the multiple portrait streams. I will be doing streams also in the near future because I have this watercolor portraiture class which is coming out, and the idea of the class is it's observational drawing and watercolor portraiture. So it's like this kind of approach, but with more time, using colored pencil and watercolor painting on top. And I'll be doing some streams focusing on observational drawing, measuring by eye, and on the watercolor approach, which will basically be kind of like part of the class, but also available for everyone to watch. Oh, thank you for being here. Enjoy sleeping. Thank you. Yeah, see you Tuesday. In case you're watching this and you didn't realize that every Tuesday you can come and draw with us in Zoom, you can. It's at 9 p.m., which is no, it's not. It's at 7:30 p.m. Every Tuesday, German time. So I have to convert that to wherever you are in the world, and we hang out and draw each other via Zoom, give each other prompts, and it's great. And it is the only reason why I can do such fast initial drawings is because of the now almost 4 years. Oh, it is actually 4 years of practice I've had doing these quick timed portrait drawings. And the link to that is in the description below if you're interested. And so on any given Tuesday at that time, you can follow that link and come sketch with us in Zoom. And if you want to, you can be drawn as well. You don't have to. Yeah, I think this will be 10 plus 10. So I can add some paint as well. I started last year. I'm pretty sure Kira's not watching this. Last year I gave Kira portraits of our kids that I drew for her birthday, and I started today and hopefully finish tomorrow new portraits, and I just thought it would be interesting. I don't know if it will truly become a thing, but if I maybe did yearly portraits of our kids, and I chose pictures that I took of them dressed up, which is interesting because they each have in their costume a really distinct kind of role they're slipping into, and I thought it's an interesting thing because if it becomes a yearly thing, that like the character they choose at carnival, for carnival at school, there's always like dress ups, and thought whatever it is that they're most into that year, that they kind of embody that for the image, and then it could become an interesting kind of way to look through the years. My icon was Harry Potter, and Arvid was a circus director, and Holly was wearing this awesome costume, which was like a black dress with golden stars on it. And in the photos I took, she's a very untypical, but a really kind of royal kind of air about the way she was posing for the photos. And it's interesting how the kids kind of assume a role and a personality when they dress up. And I when I was listening to his Malcolm X's autobiography, I did a calligraphy pen portrait of him, and it's interesting that I've been doing this pencil and watercolor, and the way I work with it has a really, I feel like a tangible effect on the way I work, and because it's just without the permanence and directness of the ink, it's just a really different approach. And I've wondered if it. I think it's really valuable to spend some time just working with ink to gain confidence in the approach, and it's been my own challenge is to be more confident with watercolor, and that's part of the reason why I chose, with at Barbara's suggestion, to focus on watercolor in my upcoming class, to return to watercolor and see if I could bring some more some decisiveness to my work with color. All right, that's our first 10 minutes, and I will put another 10 minutes now and start painting. Is this annoying with this shadow here? I don't know. I'm not really looking at it. Not annoying, that's good. I really like the shadow side of the face here. The way at least the way I can see it, the hairline is really indistinct from the face. Little highlight in the jaw. And then just blocking in again. Ha ha ha, Lewis. Have I ever tried to draw directly with watercolor before putting in all the strokes and stuff? Not so much, but it's a good idea to start. Go right to watercolor. That's a good idea. Have you? It's interesting. Like with the ink, it's just so clear that it's black if you're working with black ink. It's just this. Yeah, I don't know what's the difference. There's something I talked about with Kira. I was like, I'm like really hesitant with the color, although I spent so much time working with ink, and part of the training and practice with ink is like to overcome that kind of hesitancy and to be bold in decision making, and even though I have all of that ink practice, somehow with color, I feel like I want the it feels safer to do a drawing first, which is interesting, and I'm sure if I went straight to watercolor more, or went do a phase of doing that would be similar to the ink immersion that I kind of went through. Bye bye, Hilda. Cool. That's very cool. So I've been reading the Dinotopia books with Icon, and there's so much awesomeness. It's like I've had these books for years, but I've just looked at the pictures, and now that I'm reading through it with Icon, it's like, oh wow, there's so much wisdom in it. It's really cool, and it's like this fun adventure. And um, but yeah, the Bix, the Protoceratops, is able to speak, and how it's because they are similar to parrots, and they have like a beak as well. These dinosaurs, and like how parrots can talk and replicate sound and stuff, and these particular dinosaurs can also copy sound, and they're intelligent in this story, so they're able to translate between the dinosaurs and the humans. And but it's been really interesting just reading it recently, the past couple of months, and the utopian world which is presented in there, and removed from and kind of unknown to the rest of the world. It's nice to enter that space of the Dinotopia, the utopia, when there's so much terrible stuff happening in the world. And it's just really nice, like seeing the vision of James Gurney in these books, and how he's kind of representing this utopian society and ideal where these people and dinosaurs and animals live harmoniously. And into Journey to Chandra, that there's this kind of empire which has been isolated, that there are separate regions and different peoples and empires within the Dinotopian island, and for various reasons that they've been separated for a very long time, and then they kind of find their way back into connection. And yeah, Dinotopia, they're so good. I think there are 4 of these books, and they're just the art alone is worth getting these books for. It's amazing. And the James Gurney, it just seems basically painted everything he's interested in and just like put dinosaurs in it, and created an entire world out of it. It's incredible. Dinosaur portraits. We could just yeah, and James Gurney's paintings can be the references. it was interesting, Shannon, when you wrote to me about the idea of doing potential a live stream of what we're talking about earlier. I don't know how to describe these people, but you also said something about anti-heroes, and at the time I was actually thinking about I had just added Malcolm X to our references for today, and thought it'd be really interesting to look at do a series of assassinated individuals who were doing very important things. And I also thought about Patrice Lumumba from Congo, who also, like last month, it was the assassination anniversary of Patrice Lumumba. Because it's really interesting to get to know these people who are doing such important work, somehow by some people undesirables, but yeah, that they what they did with their lives, which is so important. That would be a really interesting topic for a live stream too. This is my favorite of the portraits I just did. Also spent twice as long working on it. I will, last chance to put hashtag I want to win in the chat. I will bring up my other portraits as well, just to have a look, reflect upon the last hour and a half. I thought this would be an hour, 6 portraits, 10 minutes each, an hour, yeah, but it's longer, hour and a half. So yeah, I will now find, maybe we'll just zoom in on this one, because it's pretty cool. And I will get the winner. So it will just take me a moment to do this. So you can say things in the chat, you can ask questions. Thank you everyone who's still here. Thank you for being here with me and drawing together. Oh, that's nice. It's highlighted my Saturday night too. StreamYard giveaway tool. I'll just have a little drink. Oh yeah. I don't know. Start collecting comments. Okay, 9 people. Good. Your chances are really good. A 1 in 9 chance. Zan is very late. Yeah, you can go back and do it from the start. All right. Sing, ding, 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 ding. People's faces and names popping up. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, yeah. Mimo Base winner. Congratulations. If only you could see what I see. I still don't know how to show it. I think I asked Claire. I don't know how to bring it up. But Mimo Base, you won my giveaway. So get in touch. If you're on Instagram, be sure to follow me on Instagram. Mimo Base, get in touch somehow. I will need to know. Heck yeah, you win. So now I will just have a look at these sketches. Yeah, I feel like this was at a stage where it could have easily like benefited from another 10 minutes. I'm pretty happy with this one of Kyle MacLachlan. That was such a cool shape, really interesting pose. Patti Smith. I like that it was such a close crop, like really filling the page. That was cool. And the cat was fun. Somehow I feel like, I don't know, maybe a bit more definition in the face. Like it's kind of this big gestural pose, and it's cool. Like I feel like the general shape is pretty good, but a bit more focus on the face. And we begun with Alfred Hitchcock, which was a really fun black and white piece to start with. So first pose, last pose. That was fun. Thank you everyone for joining me. It's always a pleasure. And we'll be back at this again sometime soon. I don't know yet exactly. Every last Saturday of the month I'll be doing one of these live streams. And then maybe sometime in between. Commission live stream is a new thing. Maybe I'll do that once a month too. And if you're interested in me drawing something that you want me to draw and having that image once it's done, then yeah, you can commission me. And also everything I do is available for the buying. If you would like to have anything, if you love anything that I've done and you would like to support me in my work, feel free to ask, and you can have one of my pieces. You can buy something. And if you're interested, you can also support me via Patreon and get almost monthly lessons. I have a few lessons. I've been focusing on the watercolor course, so I'm a bit behind, but I do have lessons ready to release on my Patreon, which is going to be coming soon. I have a eyes, nose, mouth and ears series of tutorials, which are actually filmed. They're just waiting to be uploaded. So they'll be coming soon for my Patreon supporters. Thank you everyone for being here. I can't wait to see your work on Instagram. So use the hashtag drawingwithdylan, tag me. And if you're sharing in your stories, I can share it directly to my stories too. And it has been great fun. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all for being here, and feel free to join next time. Until then. And congratulations, Mimo Base, for winning the giveaway. Get in touch and I'll get your favorite one of these sketches to you. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye. My